Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to Season 1, Round 5 of League v League. Obviously, this is a series that brings together 4 leagues from across South Africa, 5 drivers representing each league. This is not about the individuals, but rather about the team. Let me know if you guys can hear music in the background. I hear music in the background. I'll try to get rid of it if you guys can hear it. No action out on track as of yet. Almost a minute and a half has gone by. Nobody has taken to the circuit. As far as championship standings, SAFRL, that is your silver team, they lead the championship by 158 points, and JPR is in second on 147 points. So just the 11 points separating the top 2 teams. Obviously no individual championship, just the team championship. I still see no action out on track. There we go, finally some activity in the pit lane. I see somebody coming out. If you'll just give me 1 minute, I'm going to try and get rid of this music in the background. There we go, that's better, sorry about that. We are back. We haven't missed any lap times. Everybody still out on an outlap. It's quite a mixture. Busy circuit. Eight cars for the time being choosing to stay in the pit lane. We are riding with Venom at the moment. He is starting his first fast lap of the night. Obviously just the one quali session, 18 minutes long. 15 and a half minutes remain. Relatively short track here in Hungary, so guys should be able to squeeze in a few tracks, sorry, I've been watching cricket. A lot of support already in the comment section for, it's about equal so far, for SKR and JPR. Don't know where the support is for the other 2 leagues, but speak up, guys. We wait for the first lap time so that we can see what to expect here in Hungary. Won't tell you what my lap time is at this track. There's a reason I'm not on the track. Venom now into the final corner. He's going to go over the line. Convoy first over the line. He's set to 117.8, followed by Venom, who's set to 116.8. And then Swayster goes into second. Now the times are coming in thick and fast. Not Shumi for JPR. He goes fastest 1:16.0. We have a JPR 1-2. I'm trying not to be biased, but Shakes, next man out on circuit. Buffelsfontein, Afro, Harsh Cartoon, Bosveld, Andre, Nuclear Monkey, all out on circuit. Busy racetrack. Just the 4 drivers have set lap times. Let's see what Shakes can come up with. It's going to go over the line now, and it's good enough for second. It's a 1:16.0, just 0.004 of a second between the top 2. Buffelsfontein goes third. Where is Nam Assassin? Let's get some data on your screen. That'll help. Obviously, everyone on the soft tire. Nam Assassin currently in sector 2. Afro has gone fastest, 1:15.9. Less than 1/10 of a second cover the top 3. Still waiting for lap times from Nam Assassin. He's on a fast lap. Louis as well on a fast lap. He's now approaching the final corner. Let's see what he can come up with. Time to beat a 1:15.9. And it's good enough for 8th place. It's a 1:17.2. Times keep coming in. This is obviously the initial run. I do expect these times to come down. Nam Assassin 12th. Still 5 drivers yet to set lap times. As it stands, your top 3, Afro, Not Shumi, and Shakes. Convoy 4th, Harsh Cartoon 5th. Bunch of cars on end laps. Welcome to everyone who's watching. I can see it's quite busy there in the comment section, so good to see. Seems like Venom is starting a second fast lap. Bunch of drivers on end laps. Another driver who has not set a lap time now. He's currently in the middle of sector 3. That is Grimjaw. Fastest lap time remains Afro, a 1:15.9. The only driver in the 1:15s tonight. See if Grimjaw can change that. Currently 18th with no lap time, and that's good enough for 5th place. A 1:16.5. Nothing wrong with that for your first run of the night. Harsh Cartoon emerges from the pits for another run. Remember, just the one qualifying session, so it's all about this one session. You're not going to get another opportunity of any of this. And in just over 10 minutes, we'll be getting underway for a 50% race here around Hungary. Currently in second place, Not Shumi. That time was a 1:16.0. Just 0.08 of a second away from provisional pole position. He's on a second run. We'll ride on board with him for a few corners. This is probably the most elevation you're going to see on this race circuit. Pretty flat race circuit in comparison to some of the other European circuits we go to. Most difficult part of the circuit for me is that chicane right there. Obviously a 14 turn circuit. I believe it's 8 to the right, 6 to the left. And Notsumi does go purple in sector 2, so this is a lap to watch. But I believe that Shakes behind him, and Shakes has gone purple in sector 2, so he's beaten that immediately. Is that Shakes? I think it is. Notsumi goes around the final corner. Let's see what he can come up with. Can he be the second driver to go into the 115s? No, he doesn't. There we go. Notsumi, 115.6. Don't know why there was that delay. Very nicely done, and he sets the gauntlet another 0.3 of a second. Where is Shakes? He's approaching the chicane. Getting a bit of lag on his car apparently. Here we go, harsh cartoon, he goes over the line. Is this to start a fast lap? Don't think it is, he's pretty low on energy already. Kev entering the pits, Andre in the pits. I believe this is a fast lap for Louis. He's in sector 1, he's got his teammate in front of him. Not much of a slipstream you can really get on this track. If anything, it will be a bit of a negative, a lot of low speed corners. You don't want to get in that dirty area in the low speed corners when you need the grip the most. And as old as this racetrack is, there's no corner names, they're just numbers. Known as the Monaco without the barriers. Difficult to make passes around here. 2 DRS zones, but both of them not relatively long. Here we go, now Louis goes into turn 14, that's the final corner. Let's see what he can come up with. Currently 117.2 and 13th place. He improves, he goes up to 10th, 116.8. Time at the top there, Notsumi. Seems quite far for the time being. Shakes is out on track, he's trying to improve. He's currently got a 116 flat. It's good enough for third. Lot of support for oh, there we go, Shakes losing it on the exit of the corner. It's so easy to do in these low speed corners. Just get a bit greedy on the exit, jump on the pedal a bit too early, and well, I know all about that. That'll be disappointing for Shakes. He was obviously definitely a contender for provisional pole. He was quick. Buffle's currently out on track, Grimjaw currently out on track, as is Harsh Cartoon. Shakes has retired from the session with that incident. We have Kev and Nam Assassin on outlaps, and the rest of the drivers all in the pits. We're going to stay with Grimjaw as he's in the penultimate corner. And now into the final corner. Let's see if he can improve. Currently a 116.5. He's going to have to find 9/10 of a second if he wants to take provisional pole. Doesn't find that much, but he finds a fair amount. 116.1, it's good enough for 5th place. While we were talking, Buffles becomes the 3rd driver to pop himself into the 115s, and look at the time, it's a 115.953. 2nd and 3rd separated by 0.02 of a second. Who else is out on track? Harsh Cartoon is on his way into the pits. Don't think Grimjaw is on a fast lap because he's got almost no energy left. Looks like Kev has backed out of that one. Yeah. Just trying to find some action out on track, find out who's on the fast laps, trying to get all the laps. Unfortunately, we seem to be missing a driver from JPR. I think that's Apmagozi that is missing from JPR, and it seems like we've lost Rota as well. Not sure if that's a disconnect or a retirement with no time on the board. So far, 18 drivers on the grid. Let's go up. Let's see Afro as he approaches Sector 3. He's gone purple in Sector 2, and is he about to light up our timing screens in purple again? Time to beat 15.6. Current time 15.9. Let's see what you've got. Goes over the line now, and wow. Now that is a challenge to everybody else who's thinking about provisional pole. That's a 1:15.2, and it's 4/10 clear of your next driver. Speaking of your next driver, that's not Shumi, and he's on an outlap, so he hasn't given up on this yet. Swayster goes wide, and if that was an outlap, he's going to have to give up on it. I'm sure that is invalidated. Assassin going slowly. Dan Rietveld. He's gone up into, what is that, 16th place, 1:17.5. Killer Monkey, 17th. No lap time from Simps. And the leader of the session so far, and on provisional pole, Afro 1:15.2. Very clear of everyone else. Currently second, Notsumi. Currently third, Buffelsfontein. Notsumi and Buffelsfontein, I believe, are both on outlaps. Not quite sure what's going on here. Is he trying to give himself some space? Try and find the action out on track. Louis on an outlap. See, where is Notsumi? This is still an outlap. Can see his battery, it's on 100%, it's fully charged, he's ready to go. It's going to go around that final corner, and the DRS line is right there on the exit. It's going to activate DRS, ERS, give it everything, have one more go. But he's going to have to find an entire 4/10. It's a lot of time. Another man gunning for provisional pole. Buffelsfontein, he's currently in third place, 1:15.9. One of only 3 drivers to get into the 1:15s, but currently he's on the wrong side of the 15s. He's going to need to find himself 7/10. Seems like we might have an issue. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the comment section. Just confirmation from the comment section. This lobby will be restarted. We will simply wait for our invite and wait for our instruction. But there's no need to leave the stream. I'm going to leave the same stream live. And hopefully we can get underway shortly. If anyone in the comment section can educate me on what happened, so things do seem okay. That is the end of our session, but I'm not quite sure what will happen next. Okay, just to go through your results. We have Afro Notsumi, Long Night, Buffelsfontein, Grimjaw, Shakes, Harsh Cartoon, Conboy. Then we've got Venom, Louis, Bosveld, Swayster, Tan Rietveld, Nam Assassin, Kev, Andre, Nuclear Monkey, and then no lap times from Simpson Rota. And welcome back. I'm not quite sure. A lobby restart was mentioned, but it seems like we will be getting underway. Obviously now we're looking at the abandoned pit lane. We should rather be looking at the cars, at least on the grid. Guys doing their final changes, their strategies, deciding to whether they should underfuel in anticipation of multiple safety cars. And there we go. Just confirmation there. Thank you very much, Shane. Apparently there's been a lobby crash. Well, I'm not sure if there's a lobby restart coming or not, so if this is the race, we're on lap 1. Virtual safety car already out. Means the race is neutralized, as everyone has to do a controlled speed within the delta. For the time being, it seems like we are underway. So do apologize. I was just a bit confused there. But I think it's a bit too late to change things now. We're on lap 2 of 35. Afro leads the way from Notsumi. Not much of a gap there. DRS should be enabled on the next lap. Grimjaw in third place, Shakes in fourth. He had that crash in qualifying. And we have Venom in fifth, Convoy sixth, Harsh Cartoon 7, Dan Ridfeld 8, Kev 9, and then Andre in 10th. Just to go through those teams for you. Obviously have the red, black, silver and pink. Obviously red is JPR, black is DRS, pink is SKR, and then silver SAF RL. So at the moment a good mix of the teams in the top 5. In fact, 3 JPR in the top 6 and what is that? No, 2 JPR in the top 5 and 2 SAFRL in the top 5. DRS now enabled and, well, safety car. As the DRS enabled sign came up, it was followed by a safety car. Safety car is very, very early on into the race, so I'm not sure it's going to benefit anybody unless they have damage and they can get away with a pit stop. Just bring up some stats on your screen so we can have a look who's on what tyre here at your race start. Reason for the safety car seems to be Langnai, because didn't really see what happened there, but it looks like he did do 1 lap and then he retired, so that should be the cause. Tires are an even split. Even split of softs and mediums, no hard tires to be found. Still some questions going around in the chat, so I'm not quite sure if we might get a restart, but yeah, this is a difficult one to qualify on. This is a difficult one to commentate on. I don't know if I'm commentating on the right thing. But for the time being, safety car, lap 4 of 35. Spent more time under safety car conditions. Then we have racing. Buffelsfontein and Louis did do a stop each, so I assume they both had damage. I think Buffelsfontein is definitely the case, because he's lost 13 positions at the start, down to 17th. And Louis also down multiple positions, 8 positions down. Questions being asked in the chat, but no answer. Quite an interesting race to begin with. Not a lot of action on track. All the action is off track. Natsumi now retires. There is a bit of a problem as well, because if there is going to be a decision, it needs to be made soon. It is 9 p.m. And here in South Africa, that 10 o'clock crossover can be a problem if it's not your night. And it's not going to be my night, so if you want to see the end of the race, hopefully we get things underway very quickly. Now Afro drops out of the race. Andre drops out of the race. And there we go, more and more dropping out of the race. I think that is your sign that we are going to have a lobby restart. Just looking at the looking at the chat, it appears we are going to have a restart, and we're going to have a one-shot quali, so it's not going to be custom grid. Back to the qualifying we did, it's going to be a one-shot quali, so everybody's got another opportunity to get as far up the field as they can, but it's just one shot, remember, so any mistake you make, you could find yourself starting at the back of the field. And that, at a track like Hungary, it's not really where you want to be. One of the more difficult tracks on the calendar to pass at. If you're watching, don't forget to invite your commentator to your new lobby, if that's what you're doing. Some of the guys still gunning for it out on track, not sure if everybody knows what's actually happening. Maybe the guys just staying out on track to get a little bit of extra running. Just see that I haven't missed an invite. No, I haven't, not for now. And now we sit in silence as we wait. Here we go, another driver retiring from the session. Just waiting for the formation of a new lobby that we can get underway. Remember, we're going to get underway with a one-shot qualifying session, and then we'll be underway. No formation lap. And that's one way to retire. Grimjaw giving us probably the most action we've seen on track. And don't forget to invite the commentator. I have no invite. I have no invite. The only invite I have on my screen was from an hour ago, and that was for this lobby. So, if anybody can send me an invite. There we go. It seems like we are back in a lobby. We're just going to wait for everybody to get into the lobby, and we'll be underway. Just want to get some confirmation on whether it's going to be a custom grid or a one-shot quali, because I've seen messages suggesting both. I'll be back in a minute or two once I see people readying up. Welcome back, everybody. We're back. And it's going to be a qualifying with a difference. I don't think I've ever done commentary on a one-shot quali, so let's see how this goes. Hopefully everybody remembers to load their setup. And hopefully the new lobby hasn't brought any weather surprises. From this angle the sky does look fine, but rain here in Hungary can make things very interesting. Do hope we don't get too many safety cars in this second race. Time is limited as things are. I must warn you, if you're watching, if we reach 10 PM and the stream suddenly goes dead, if you live in South Africa, I don't think I need to explain to you what happened. And there we go. So we saw nothing. There we go. I think that's how it works. Basically, whoever's in the lead of that is your current pole sitter. So at the moment, seems like Afro is the fastest man out on circuit. Afro is purple in sector 1. And actually now Grimjaw has just gone slightly ahead as the fastest man on circuit. It's neck and neck between Grimjaw and Afro. It keeps on jumping up and down between the two of them. So I think these lap times are going to be really close. If they can stay this close together in sector 3, it's really going to be a coin flip. Now entering into the final little part of the circuit around the final corner. Afro is fastest for now. I presume he's going to take pole position unless somebody does something crazy in sector 3. And that's it. Afro takes a 1:15.6. And with it, pole position for the Season 1 Round 5 of the League versus League. There's your qualifying results. Afro, he's in first, Grimjaw second, Not Shumi in third. Then you got Sims, Pifflesfontein, Kev, Harsh Cartoon, Louis, Swayster, Nuclear Monkey, Andre in 11th, Apmagozi 12th, Dan Ritfeld 13, Shakes 14, and then we've got Venom in 15th, Convoy 16, and Bosveld making up the field in 17th place. There we go, we've got visuals again, and it's race time. Hopefully we don't have any issues this time around, because there's not any time to have issues this time around. It's obviously the time for guys to do their final strategy changes. How much fuel are you going to put in the car? Don't forget to put your setup on the car. These things do happen when we restart lobbies. And there we go, the lights are coming on. 5 red lights, no formation lap. This is the one. Are we underway? There's a bit of a pause. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Everybody ghosted for a second, but it seems like we're underway. It's going to be Afro into turn 1 in the lead. Simps makes it up into second. It seems like we've got some sort of a... Is that a collision at the back? Yes, it's a collision at the back. All sorts of things happening at the back. And we have a full caution yellow all around the track. I think that... Hopefully that doesn't lead to a safety car. And there we go, virtual safety car. So that will neutralize the race for the time being. Everybody has a controlled speed, a delta that you need to stay within. But actually, if you do play your cards just right, you can get an advantage. But if you're caught napping, you can also get a really big disadvantage. Lap 1 of 35, virtual safety car. And that's actually what we saw in the first race. Virtual safety car on lap 1. Grimjaw in second. He'll be trying to get as close to the car in front of him as he can, and there we go. Virtual safety car is over, and we're on our way. Grimjaw now at the restart, just over a second. He's going to want to bring that down to under a second so that at the start of lap 3 he can get DRS. That's going to help him out a lot. Simp's already falling off there. 1.2 seconds adrift. He's got Not Shumi all over the back of him. Swayster in 5th, Louis 6th. Those two are teammates. Then we've got Dan Ritfeld in 7th. Venom 8th, Nuclear Monkey 9th, Conboy in 10th. We've got a retirement, it's a safety car, and we've got a retirement. It's Apmagozi. Apmagozi has retired from this race, and we are under full safety car conditions. Thanks to everyone who is watching. I see there are a few live viewers. If there's anyone that's able to comment, usually at this time I would ask for race predictions. Who's your winner? Who do you think's going to win? But this time I think the prediction should be, do you think I'm going to be able to finish the stream? It's going to be a very close one if I do. Lap 3 of 35, full safety car. Afro leads from Grimjaw and Simps. Those are your top 3. Natsumi was threatening to get into that top 3 just before the safety car came out. For the time being, SKR doing a great job so far. They've got 3 in the top 6. They've got SAFRL. They've also got, 2 in the top 5. The other team in the top 5 is JPR, represented by just Not Shumi there in the top 5. If you look further back in the field, you'll see some names that are really quick, so do expect them to come up through the field as the race goes on. I don't think they're going to stay there. And remember, this is Hungary. It's low speed corners. I've seen so many accidents at this circuit when it just comes to clumsy bumping into each other in these corners that you presume are a lot wider than they actually are. This is an old race circuit. So Afro leads the way. Actually a safety car leads the way. When was the last time you saw a Mercedes in front? Seems like we're having all sorts of issues in the lobby there. As things stand, Afro, Grimjoy, Simps, top 3, safety car. Let's see, will this safety car come in on this lap? Seems like the whole queue is relatively together. We've got one SKR car that was further adrift, but he's now joining the back of the queue, so I'm almost certain that as the safety car enters into sector 3, we'll see confirmation of it coming into the pits, and then hopefully we'll be able to get underway with not many more incidents in this race. See if we're going to get any sort of confirmation on the status of the safety car. Will it stay out? Will it go in? Really hope it comes in. It's time to go racing, and there's your confirmation. Safety car in this lap. That as soon as that safety car goes into the pit lane, that makes Afro the safety car. He can set the pace. He can go when he wants. It's up to the driver in second to make sure that he doesn't get caught out. And the second most important thing is make sure you don't pass anyone before the start-finish line. So when does he go? Is he going to bolt in the middle of the corner? Is he going to try and surprise his opponent? There we go. Good start. Grimjaw will actually do well to defend from Simps here into turn 1. It's going to be about the braking. Does he think about it? Oh, and we've had a spinner, Grimjaw going sideways. And he loses a few positions in the process. Not Shumi, that means he's up into second. He's 1.9 seconds adrift from your leader. So your leader really getting on with things. Swayster, he's in third place. All over the gearbox there of Not Shumi. We've got Louis in fourth. Dan Ritfeld fifth. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Shane, the contact was teammates. It's not what you want to see. Reminder to everyone watching. Reminder to the drivers that are listening. This is not an individual championship. There's no reason to be racing your teammate, and there's certainly no reason to be making contact with your teammate. Obviously the point system in this league, it's going to be your normal point system from Formula 1, 25 points for a win, 1 point for 10th place. You also, with addition, do get 1 bonus point for finishing the race, considering you have the right livery on your car. The other bonus points you can get is you can get 5 bonus points if you have 3 drivers from the same team in the top 5. So far, SKR have ticked that box. 3 drivers in the top 5. Regarding that incident between teammates, Shane there pointing out, it seems like it was Grimjaw and Simps that were involved in that incident, because they've both gone backwards. DRS now enabled. We had a bit of a delay for DRS because of that safety car that came out as DRS was activated, so we're only getting DRS on lap 7 of 35. Swayster in third. Let's just bring up There we go. These gaps at the front, they've actually already stretched out quite a lot. Nobody here in the top 3 within DRS. Afro leads from Natsumi 2.5 seconds, and then Swayster almost a further 3 seconds down the road. Louis in 4th. He is defending a position. He's got Grimjaw all over his gearbox. He's looking to come back up through the field after that earlier incident. Dan Ritveldt in 6th, and Shakes making up a position, coming through into 7th. Nuclear Monkey in 8th. One of the JPR drivers. Then SAFRL Simps in 9th. Bosveld 10th. SKR Hashkar 2 in 11th. Then we have Kevin 12th. Venom down in 13th. Andre 14, and Conboy making up your order. Back at the front, no change. Natsumi still holding on to that, I was going to say 2-second gap, but it's now 2.6 seconds. So the leader is slowly getting away. Let's just bring up some info, see who's on what tyre. There we go, and that pulling away does make a little bit more sense now. Because Afro's on the soft, Natsumi's on the medium. That medium should be able to go further on into the race. But for the first few laps, that soft will have the superior grip. I don't know, is it pink, is it purple, is it magenta? I don't know, you guys tell me what it is. I think it's pink. Afro leads from Natsumi, that gap now almost 3 seconds, then Swayster down in 3rd, that gap also extending now to 4.2 seconds. So not a lot of action up in the front, unfortunately. Closest battle we have here is for 4th place. That's Louis fighting Grimjaw, but that's over a second. The only battle we have on track that's potentially within DRS, that's down for 12th place. That's between Kev and Ash Cartoon. Up at the front, Afro driving a perfect race. Hasn't made a mistake, hasn't put a wheel off the track, and that's why he's 2.8 seconds up the road. Natsumi will do well to keep that gap to a minimum, because those medium tyres will be an advantage to him in a few laps time when those softs do fall off, and they will fall off. They're going to go a little later on into the race than expected because of all those laps we did behind the safety car. So you might be able to get a few more laps out of them. We do now have drivers on the hard compound. In the first race, nobody chose to use the hard compound. We have Louis out on track on hards, and he started on those hards. We ride with Afro, and all of a sudden it's just something wrong with my timing screens, or well, it seems like Kev is in the lead. Can everybody see that? Well, everybody, I presume, can see what I can see. So, you know, Afro was in the lead, and then suddenly he's not. There may be something wrong with my timing screens. Hopefully that's not the case. And there we go, Kev back into 13th. Those are some Codemasters timing screens for you. Good to know. Afro's still in the lead of the race. I thought something crazy had happened. Natsumi's still in second. He's actually brought that gap down slightly, 2.4 seconds. Swayster continues to fall back. That gap almost 8 seconds down now to third place. Okay, so it's only my timing screen that's doing this. I'm not sure if it's just Kev that's jumping up and down or if it's the rest of the field that's up and down. But we're going to try and do our best. It's really not the easiest thing to commentate on when what you're reading off the screen could potentially be a load of rubbish. If I'm correct, Afro leads the race from Notshubi. That gap is coming down 1.7 seconds. I think we could be approaching a bit of a battle. 1.5 seconds. Gap coming down quickly. And there we go. It seems to correct itself every time the leader goes over the start-finish line. And then at some point, it unsinks itself again. 1.5 seconds is the gap for the lead. Grimjaw now, he's been coming back through the field. Remember, he had that incident earlier on with a teammate. And well, now my timing screen's getting even more interesting. Okay, so I think the only time we can really trust the timing screen is as your leader goes over the start-finish line. So the leader is... that should be Afro, so we'll ride on board here. He's currently showing on our timing screens in 4th place, and I don't think that's correct. So let's just see what happens when he goes over the start-finish line. I'm sure he's going to pop up into 1st. And there we go. I'm not really sure what's going on. I am going to attempt to leave the lobby and then return. Let's see if we can fix this timing screens, because okay, I'm gonna leave and I'll be back. Welcome back, guys. I think as you can see, I tried to leave the lobby and rejoin to see if we could fix the timing screens, because it was making it impossible for me to commentate. But let's just try this invite. We've tried to join on a player and we've tried to join on an invite. Let's try this invite, see if this works out. Fortunately, if I can't get in, I think I'm gonna have to cut this stream. There we go. Okay, there's not much more I can say. I think everybody can see it on screen. I just can't get back into that. Can't get back into that lobby. And I'm gonna run out of power in the next 20 minutes anyway. So I do apologize. I did my best. Wanted to give you guys a nice commentary and a nice stream tonight, but unfortunately things didn't work out. The lobby just wasn't working out tonight. But thanks to everyone who did join us, and League v League will be back next week. Thanks everybody, and sorry again.